Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Creative Tavern. My name is Christopher Lee. I am a concept artist. I've been in the industry for about 10 years. I've been working with such companies such as Walt Disney Imagineering, as well as Universal Studios Creative. Today is July 17th, 2022, and I am joined here by my friend Michael Welker. Say hello, Michael.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael L. Wilker. I am an amateur Unity developer, a writer, and a semi retired creative producer, also from the theme park industry, where I worked with Chris. In fact, that's kind of where I met Chris. And Chris and I have worked on a bunch of different projects in that industry before. But when we're kind of in between big projects, we said, hey, why don't we do something just me and you together? Let's figure something out. We're both creative people. Let's do something. Long story short, we settled on, hey, let's learn how to make a video game. Neither of us have ever done that before, but let's do that, see what we can do. And not only that, let's give others a window into our creative process. Why don't we do these design sessions that we've been having privately? Why don't we do them on stream so that way other people can see how our creative process works, maybe learn from it, maybe inspire us, help us shape this thing that we're making. And that's kind of how the Creative Tavern was born. And to tell you more about that, I'm going to hand it back to Chris.
Thank you, Michael. And yet the Creative Tavern was born is because we wanted a place for creative people just to gather and share stories with one another, share our journeys, ups and downs. We all go through that, especially with the design process. It's never up. It's sometimes we hit a roadblock, and then we need other people to help us out with, just either mentality or technical wise and anything else. It's a place for you. If you guys ever want to share your work, please join our Discord, and we will take a look at your work and be edified with what you have done. And so yes, the Creative Tavern is for you. And yeah, I'm so happy we're here. It's Sunday today, and so that means it's my turn to share with what I did for the past week. And oh God, I did stuff. I did stuff. Hopefully it'll be good. Fingers crossed. All right, let's get cracking. And yes, oh, by the way, special shout out to Captain Blue Blue, who is not in the chat right now, because he's actually sleeping. He's currently in Sweden, and he will be interviewing for a job tomorrow, or in a few hours, I want to say, because it's our tomorrow, but it's his in a few hours. Anyways, but yeah, best of luck, Captain Blue Blue. We're rooting for you. Yeah, you're gonna do awesome and amazing, man. Yeah.
Good luck.
Chat is also sending you some amazing love too. Yeah, so very cool. And again, thank you so much for being here, Cyborg, Horizon, Totoro, and Gentleman Heavy. All right, sweet. And okay, I gotta get my head straight together. First off, I want to share my screen with Michael, and in order to do that, I'm going to choose this. Boom. Oh wait, hold on. Boom. There you go. Hopefully that is working. Hopefully it's not glitching. By the way, guys, I just upgraded my OBS from 26 to 27, version 26 to 27. The version 27, it was not just OBS, but it was Stream Elements' OBS. And it's stable so far. It hasn't disconnected me. Shit, knock on wood. Knock on wood. It hasn't disconnected us yet. Um, and then the second thing is I'm able to share simultaneously, screen share all my stuff through Discord with Michael as well as you. Because before, what you see right here on the screen, it usually glitches. It just goes black and then appears and then goes black again. So it's fixed now in OBS 27 Stream Elements. Their application that I downloaded. So yeah. Okay, so a little bit of review. I don't want to share this with you yet because this is scene 5. What I want to share with you is actually scene number 3.
Three's
Right.
the full asteroid. Two is the
Two.
mini
Two.
asteroids.
Shit, I'm getting
Okay.
confused now. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate it.
Sure.
That's why I was like, ah. Okay.
This looks
So,
so cool.
yeah. So let me go one step even further back. Uh we had an issue of making the scene. Oh God, all my scenes are gonna. Anyways, we had a really huge planet. Let's just say it's this planet right here. It was
Mm-hmm.
just way too big. It was just super super big. Like, here's the planet, and then our ship was like itsy bitsy tiny little speck, like dot, compared to this huge planet. So when we exported this planet to Unity, we realized there's just a whole bunch of problems. The main huge problem is that our ship was actually flying faster than the bullets that we're firing. So we're firing, and then we stop, and then the bullets finally catches up to us. It's really weird. It's so weird. In order for us to move through the planet, we had to go that fast. So the solution, we said, let's just not do the planet. Let's just break it up into smaller planets so that we can actually fly through, and it's actually much, much easier to, fly through this planet, and it'll be good. It'll actually look good, and it'll be manageable, playable even, because having the planet really, really large is just we just can't handle it. It's just crazy, right? But the good news is that we discovered a solution to this big planet. All we had to do is just take the planet and just shrink it down. That's it. That was the solution. Because I thought it was like, oh God, what about the wingspan? It might get smaller. It'll start clipping. No, no. I mean, it'll start clipping if you make the huge planet into like a 2 pixelated dot. Of course it's not going to work, right? But you could scale it down small enough that it'll actually work, and it works beautifully. And Michael has done some tests on it in Unity, and it's much better now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So, and we wanted to have our cake and eat it too, meaning that we've more or less have made these little guys. We're gonna keep of both worlds. This is one of our solution. Solution number one is that we made scene three into previous scene three into smaller pieces, and then we wanted to ditch this. But now we fixed both problems. We have this, and now we fix this. Now we kind of have two individual scenes that we can dive back and forth. So, and we more or less said that this scene right here with the smaller asteroid is going to be scene two, right, Michael? Please
Yes.
confirm. Cool. And then scene three is going to be this big asteroid. Yeah. Okay, I got my head straight on. And the last comment that Michael has given me is that he would actually like to see some connection, relationship between these two asteroids. Also, another thing you said to me was the um, the planets. A few of these planets should be bigger, or not planets. I'm sorry. The asteroids should be bigger because a bigger operation, an operation on an asteroid is probably going to be a lot bigger. So I actually need to create another asteroid that's bigger that will house these little architecture elements, which is not going to be hard because everything right here is all modular. So what I'm planning to do is just texture all these individual pieces together, and then I'm just going to create module and then modules together, and then it's gonna just come together fairly easily, theoretically. And I think, based off of experience, I think I could do it. I think I can. I think I can. And the second thing that he wants to see is some relationship with the chords. So Michael, I went ahead and created some chords
Ooh.
here just to
Yeah.
show there's like a few connection like transports, I loved how you said it, like if they have to like transfer things from one platform, one asteroid to another, they don't have to take a vehicle and fly. They could just take this inner tube and just go back and forth, something like that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Michael? Is that okay?
Yeah. I think it's super cool.
Nice, nice. Awesome. One thing that I will say, just to technical note to you, is that
Mm-hmm.
these right here, they are actually splines. Um, so if I guess the question to you is, obviously I can export this out as a mesh, right?
Mhm.
but that means you can't really stretch it unless you
Mm,
really stretch it, which
mhm.
may not look good. It's gonna
Sure.
look stretch. So what I propose to you is that once we get the positioning of these smaller asteroids like locked down in
Mhm.
Unity, then show me where you place these asteroids, and then I will go ahead and create the chords for you. Because I'm afraid like if I export this to you right here, you're gonna be like, ah shit, well it's not gonna let's just say for example this thing is like the way you placed it is like over here, right? And then you're
Sure.
gonna be like, well shit, how am I supposed to connect this with this? It's like, I mean,
Mhm.
I could do that and try to do something like that, right? But doing that, it basically like stretches the whole geometry,
Mhm.
which is not good. Um, and then so my solution is to you, Michael, and let me know if you're okay with it, is that once you position the asteroid the way you want it to, then I will go back in and then create the real chords themselves so that they actually look appropriate. Because this right here is just something that I just put together because I've, you know, randomly place these three rocks together, really next to each other, and then so
Mhm.
when the time comes, I'll do the same thing whenever it's all kind of more or less set in stone. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, actually.
nice, cool.
Um, the only thing that I would say is for the purposes of like figuring out where the placement of everything is, it would be helpful to have the like some
Mm,
version of a cable
sure, sure,
exported. That way I can like, even if it looks terrible, I can at least stretch
sure.
and be like, oh, there should be one here,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
and then hand it back
I'll
to you and
and
then
then
you can
I'll
fix it, make it.
replace it.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, exactly. So yeah, um, yeah. So this
Yeah,
is
that's
what
cool,
it
man.
looks like. I last time I didn't add a sun. I added a sun. Because before, remember, this is what it looks like if you remember.
Mm,
Uh,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and and this week I'm gonna talk a little bit about lighting. I've been
Cool.
taking lighting for granted. Um, I mean, right now the atmosphere is kind of a overall blue tone, and right now I've kind of placed these lights, kind of just in the place where I think it might look cool, as well as these little spotlights in this area right here. It's not the final look. I just placed it in there, just to see how it looks. But once everything is textured, when I say textured, I mean all these elements in here. Once they are all textured, hopefully they'll be able to do some reflections and little hotspots, little emission areas that'll give some interest. Because right now it just looks like blah, right? What the white model is basically this is how it looks. And I'm hoping once I get the time, or not get the time, but essentially texture it, right? Because that's definitely part of the process, that we will have something awesome and cool to look at. Um, oh, lighting, right. And then so I went ahead and added I just threw in a sun, just to give it a little bit more of interest. And maybe I like that, maybe not. I'm not married to anything yet, and you'll see why as to why I went through this, Michael. I've been taking like lighting for granted. I was like, oh yeah, we'll worry about that later. But and also a lot of the video games that we play, we're just like, oh, it's a dark environment. Oh, it's a bright environment. We don't really think about how it's actually lit. At least I never really thought about it because the artists that the developers, the artists games, the way they did it, they did such a great job that we don't really notice. We, for example, Overwatch. I play Overwatch with Michael every single day, or not every single day, every other day, and the environments in there are so beautiful, and I'm just like, wow, that's so nice. But I never actually thought like, where do they place the lights? How is this constructed? And blah blah blah. And you'll see in scene 5 that I'm going to have to really ask myself like, shit, how am I supposed to do this? And I tried a little bit of something in Blender, but ultimately that's not gonna fly because everything is going to be lit in Unity. So so that's something that I will have to work on. But with that said, the process right now is to get all the assets done. Lighting is more or less another another process that I have to do, because right now my mindset is just about creating all the assets for the environment, and then the next step is how to light the environment to make those assets look good. So it's a little bit of like back and forth, and I will show you very very quickly of what I mean by that. Okay, is that okay for scene four, Michael? Anything else? Oh, I'm sorry, not scene four. This is scene two. This is scene two. This is scene two. Ah, okay, yeah. Anything else, Michael?
No, I don't think so. You hit all the major points. This is looking good. I'm excited to see more progress.
Okay, sweet, sweet. I'm excited too. That's future Chris's problem. Well, let him do all the work. All right, cool. All right, so I will not save this. Actually, shoot. This is this is always tricky because I when I open it up, I don't know if I saved it before I showed. Ah, fuck it.
Mm,
I'm just gonna save it. Frag it. Frag it. Frag it. Oh, Totoro says, "Oh man, Blue Blue for president. You will nail it." Yeah, I'm a big fan of space elevator concept, and this is like a cool inner asteroids ski lift. Yeah, yeah, very cool, Totoro.
nice.
All right, cool. And I think I am allowed to. Hold on, I want to make sure. Oh God, oh God. Shoot, I can't do the tada moment because I have. All right, at least, Michael, you look away. Don't look at the screen for a second. Don't look at the screen for a second. All right, don't look. All right. Now you can look. All right. Now look. Okay. All right. I want to save the ta-da moment for something else.
Okay.
Yeah, it was actually turned on, so you know the
Oh,
lights was on and everything. I want to make
gotcha.
sure
Okay,
you're like,
cool.
oh, cool. Okay, so a little bit of scene five. It's been a long ass time since the last time we looked at scene five. Scene five is our finale space. It's interior of the asteroid, and we have a big mini boss, or let's just call it a boss, because that's more or less the boss in our MVP, right? So this
Hmm.
guy is the boss right here. Hello, right here, and we are going to be flying through it really quickly. Let me just fly through really fast, and then
Yeah.
just show you guys what it looks like before. So this is what it looks like right now. Um, and the enemy bots are just placed haphazard. Oh shoot, I forgot to put the enemy bots in the new one. Sorry, sorry. But anyways, that's not super important. Right now is more or less the environment itself. So as you can tell, this is the space that we're flying through. We're just flying in and out of various um, um, uh, energy post, energy vertical energy tubes, if you will. And there will be like a whole bunch of like enemy bots placed accordingly. I did not do a good job on this one. This is the old model, so hopefully it'll be much better later on when we develop the game. Notice that in this version we also have these things right here. They are like little power couplings. God, I forgot the term that we gave them. It was like a power restraint,
Yeah,
power
like a governor or
yeah,
regulator.
regulator. Yeah, it's a regulator. The story is that we had to kind of overload the central mainframe system to kind of give a big push up of energy to kind of kill the boss. So in order to do that, in order to overload it, we have to shoot these little power regulator couplings to overload the system, right? So that is what we added the last time. And it's been a long time since we looked at this stage. Oh, wow, there's that guy right there, right? Okay, so that's what it is now. And one of the issues that we had of scene five was that was the same as scene three, the big ass asteroid. You know, it was just so big, and I want to show you that how big it is, because this right here, what we're looking at is actually the small version. The big version is actually right here. So this was, let me highlight it. So this highlighted portion right here used to be this big chunk of uh, uh, interior asteroid. So incredibly, just by taking this and just shrinking it down, including the path and everything, I took everything and shrunk it down, everything except the hero ship and the camera, because we don't want the ship or the camera to change in scale, because that would defeat the whole purpose of making it small. So all I did was just take the asteroid and then just made it really, really super small. So crisis averted. Thank God that it also worked out this way too. So that was the problem number one, right? To go ahead and fix it, and we successfully accomplished that. Step two was to more or less just make this space a little bit more interesting, and maybe step three, play with the lighting, because I was a little bit curious as to how this place is going to be lit. And what I'm going to show you tonight, Michael, it's lit, but I'm not sure if I like it. I would love to get your input. And also, whatever you see here is not going to be one to one when whatever we do in Unity, because I don't really have that great of a knowledge lighting in Unity. So we're that's something that I'm gonna have to do. I don't want I want to do it. I mean, not to say you can't do it, but I want to be able to tackle the lighting because you're also busy doing other stuff too. But that's not to say you can't play with the lighting yourself. It's also just me as a designer. I need to know how to light shit in Unity. So yeah. Um, yes. Okay. So this is the old version. The old version is it is what it is. So now what I want to show you, I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Actually, no, that's not true. I don't want to close it because I want to show you what I did before and after. So this right here is uh is the after, and it doesn't look like
Ooh.
much has changed, but actually a few things have changed. So what I want to do now, before I show you anything, is Ba, 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 ba. A good thing to show is that before, let me just focus on the on this itself, and I'm just gonna go back and forth really quickly. Uh, Notice that the interior of the asteroid, this right here is just a kind of like a deformed, not cube, a sphere. It's like a deformed sphere, right? But now I went ahead and uh, carved some detail inside the walls so that it feels it's not the best. I'll redo it, but at least there's some detail in there, right?
Sure.
And if I actually look at the verts,
Whoa.
there's a lot of verts. That's a huge no-no. We don't like that. We do not like that at all. There's just too many verts. Um, it took me a while, but I went ahead and I did a normal map baking based off of the hold on. Oh shoot, it's not really showing. Material preview. There you go. So you can't really tell, but based off of this lower poly mesh, I was able to create a normal map that more or less emulates the bumpiness of the high res model. And unfortunately, if I show you how it looks, it's gonna kill the surprise that I want to show you, Michael. So I will save it for later. But just know that
Okay.
we are getting details using a normal map. It's
Cool.
we're using the lower. I mean, this looks like it's a lot of verts, but it's not as many as compared to uh, this many verts.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah, so it's a huge night and day difference. Thank goodness for uh for normal maps. And oh no! Ah! Wait, hold on. Look away. Look. Okay, good. All right, it didn't show. All right, you're
I
good.
didn't
You're
see
good.
anything.
You didn't see anything. All right, good. Okay, so what I really want to show. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Thinking. Hold on, thinking. How am I supposed to present this to you? Yeah, let me just show it to you as a white model first. First of
Okay.
all, I went ahead and
Oh,
made
cool.
made the platform a lot sexier. Uh,
Yeah.
hold on. If I click on this, hold on. Oh, I'm still a noob, a freaking noob. Platforms, clamps. I think it's called center. I call it center. There you go. Select objects, and then I'm gonna isolate it, and boom, that is isolated. And then
Oh,
I'm going
neat.
to do a little bit of compare and contrast, uh, with this one right here. So this was before, and I
Mm-hmm.
apologize, I'm gonna have to like flip back and forth.
Sure.
And this is the new.
Wow.
So I've added
That's
a
so
lot of,
awesome.
yeah, thank you, man. I'm glad you like it. I added some details. Uh, uh I I I mean, there's some issue right here. I gotta, this
Sure.
this part shouldn't be here, but it's just I'll clean that up later. But I just wanted to give you kind of like a feel, an example of kind of the detail that I put in this on this thing. So again, this is before. This is what it was. It was just kind of like a flat little plane right here. But then I
Mm-hmm.
went ahead and added some like I added like repeated the little structure that was on the exterior post on the
Mm-hmm.
sides that was surrounding. I kind of wanted to repeat that as well.
Sure.
It just makes it feel like, like guarded.
Yeah,
It's being
yeah, yeah.
protected, right? Here I added some rails. Um, it was a little bit tricky. I mean, tricky is not the right word, but essentially I wanted to make sure that I don't create this one long thing. Instead, I just want to create one little piece
Oh,
and then
cool.
be able to repeat it
Whoa.
for forever, right? So for example, if I took this and if I just kept increasing the count, it'll just keep adding,
Wow.
right?
Neat.
Yeah. Hopefully, Blender, not Blender, Unity has something like that. And if not, I could just take one and then just duplicate it, move it over, duplicate it, move it over, and then save all this, all this right here as a prefab item, right? And then
Sure.
and
Yeah,
then
I mean that could definitely work.
okay, good. I want to make sure because it's and Captain Blue Blue, or if anyone else is in the chat, you please correct me if I'm wrong. It's it's better to, and also Michael, you could tell me if I'm wrong or right. My thinking. It's better to create just one of this and then repeat it exponentially, or not exponentially, but more or less repeat it uh, and just using the same call out geometry, right? It's not creating a new one. It's just kind of use duplicating the same thing instead of actually creating one that is like so many. Like for example, if this was a solid geometry, that's this is better than this, right? Um, right?
I believe that is correct. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Because
Then
as far as the computer's concerned, it's like, oh, I have this one asset and I just have X number, many of them in these positions, as opposed to I've got this asset that's this rail of length and it's here, and then I've got a totally different asset that's this rail of this length and it's over here.
right.
I th- I'm pretty sure that yes, it's more optimal to do it the way that you have.
Got it. Cool. Very good. Very good. Um, awesome. Putting those pieces together is future Chris's problem. But for now, I know present Chris knows that I'm doing the right thing. So yeah, very cool. Thank you, Michael. Okay, so and I went ahead and also created this little platform kind of control panel looking like thing where uh this thing more or less will shoot up. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Um, this thing is going to shoot up like an energy
Ooh, yeah.
source beam. I mean, it's not going to look like that, but after we, overload this system right here, it's going to go like shoot up at the butt of the boss. Excuse me. But yeah, so that is one element that I went ahead and updated. So there's that. I've also played around with the coupling design a little bit. Before there
Mm-hmm.
was like this really huge bulky thing. I
Mm-hmm.
took that out and I kind of just created this thing. And the good thing about this is like you can move this up and
Ooh,
down
cool. Mm-hmm.
however we want. Anything else? Anything else? You can make it as big or small as you want, obviously. Um, and I actually made it smaller because before, if I do this, oh shit, never mind. Before it was actually this big, and I
Oh,
felt
wow.
like it just felt really chunky. It was just way too big.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went ahead and made it smaller. And once we put this in Unity, we might think it's okay. Might think it's too big. It needs to go smaller, or the opposite, right? And we'll just figure it out. But essentially, gameplay wise, if I remember correctly, we're gonna go ahead and shoot this or this just to make sure it decouples this power so that it'll just
Mm-hmm.
kind of over run the system. Anything else? Oh, that's right. I finally animated the the
Ooh,
boss.
cool.
So he's gonna be flying upwards.
Nice.
It's a little bit of a spoiler. I shouldn't have told you that, but well, who cares? Who cares? I went ahead and took scene four's
Yeah.
thing, and then I
Mm-hmm.
placed it in here as well. And I've also placed it. I remember distinctly you remember saying like, oh yeah, maybe it could go out of the other places as well. So
Yeah.
I went ahead and took the opportunity of, where are these things going? I don't know, but it's a great location to put a corridor in here, and it could probably go through there, right? Um, yeah, we have the option of going out of scene 5 if you want to, Michael. So there's
Cool.
that. Okay. Uh, what else? What else? What else? I redesigned. I mean, you can't really tell. The top of this the structure a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more organized, and you'll see how it looks once we press play. Um,
Cool.
yeah. So I will do exactly that. We're gonna start right here,
Ooh.
and Michael, I'm gonna play the music for chat, but
Okay.
you're not gonna be able to hear it. So I
Okay.
apologize. Just
No problem.
pretend pretend you hear it. All right. So let me make this like this. All right, and then hopefully the music is not too loud. And press play, and then press play. So this is what it looks like right now. I
Whoa,
forgot to put
cool.
the enemies in there. I apologize.
It's
It
okay.
would look so cool with enemies. Ah, damn it. But this is what it looks like currently in the game.
Yeah, this
And
is. Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Michael. No, you
I
go.
was just
You
gonna
go.
say it's awesome, and I'm still like crazy impressed that the scale is so much different, but it still looks basically the same. Like it's
Yeah,
all the benefits with none of the challenge.
yeah. There is a little bit of clipping, cause
Mm.
the plane won't clip. It's the camera that is what's
Ah, gotcha.
behind will clip
Sure.
because the plane is actually the one that is controlling the camera. I parented the camera to the plane, which I should have parented the plane to the camera. Um, so that was my bad.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, and the scale of the coupling regular governor, regular, whatever we're calling that thing,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
looks pretty good here. I
Okay,
like it.
good. Good.
Yeah, I think that
I
was a
I
good
I
call
will
because it was really chunky.
yeah, it was very chunky. I will say though, I still wanted to look at it in Unity because I don't trust how it looks in
Sure.
Blender. It might look good
Yep.
here, but in Unity it might look like crap. So
Totally
so
agree.
we'll see. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So keep in mind, right? Oh shit, we have another hero shit that's just in space.
He's just hanging
Keep
out.
Yeah, I know he's just hanging out. Keep in mind right now we're just looking at the grayscale model. And actually, shoot, I just realized that we've been looking at this. Sorry. There you go.
Oh, cool. You
It
got the
helps. Yeah,
sort of cave
yeah.
texture background.
It helps
Cool.
that there's
Yeah.
a little bit of a cave thing going on. Um,
Yeah, this is awesome. This is going to be so much fun to fly around and shoot all
yeah,
those things.
yeah. And just FYI, Michael, you know this already. For those people who are watching this, this is not the final path that we're going. This is just me creating like loop-de-loops, and then me going barrel roll crazy and shit. This is not the final look. Michael's actually going to place the bad guys accordingly. He's gonna put the bad guys in the right places, and then we're gonna fly around. And what we've learned so far is that it's not easy using Unity's uh, rail system. Ah, fuck, I forgot. Cinema Machine.
Mhm.
Cinema Machine doesn't like to do barrel rolls. Once it does barrel rolls, once it goes like inversion or something like that, it'll automatically do a barrel roll, and that's something that we don't like. And Michael has been doing a really amazing job at controlling or at coming up with a solution to counteract the barrel roll. Oh, let me go ahead and turn the music back up.
Yeah, I think everything that we're seeing here in terms of what you're doing with the plane and the camera and all that stuff,
Yeah.
the stuff that we now have, the functionality we now have with Sin Machine plus the stuff I built on top of it, I'm pretty sure we can do all of this if we wanted to.
Ah, yeah. That's good to know. And thank you, Michael, for working so hard on that solution. Because, holy cow, that is not easy to do.
Yeah, no problem. My
Yeah.
pleasure.
So, hold on. Sorry. This is going way too long. Oh, we're almost done. Okay, so let me do this. Oh, what
That's
the hell?
great, man. This is super cool.
Yeah, great. I'm glad you like it, dude. And then this is the ending. This is the ending. Hey, where are you going? Where are you going? Motherfucker, where are you going? Don't run away. Where are you going?
Step outside.
You're like,
Finish this.
oh shit. And then I believe this is where our MVP more or less is going to end.
Right.
A caption is going to say, "To be continued. Insert quarters to keep playing." Joking.
Nice.
All right.
Love it.
Let me turn off the music. Thank you, VLC
Yeah, that's
player.
a fantastic upgrade. I like what you've done.
Yeah, thanks,
with
man.
the additional detail with the central platform, some of the other sort of like cleanup, getting the boss animation is also kind of like fun. And the tunnels, the side tunnels too. Yeah, yeah. This is going to be a lot of fun to program in the programming is not going to be fun, but the like actually putting in the pieces of getting the player in there and playing this scene, I think is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. I'm glad you like everything else, because everything after this, Michael, what I'm going to show you is just me throwing shit on the wall to see if it actually works.
Cool.
What I'm talking about is lighting. Lighting is the thing that I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right, here goes. I placed some lights in here, and I don't know if I love it or not. But here goes. It's gonna take some time for it to work. So,
Standing by.
yes, anybody. How's the chat doing? You guys doing well? Totoro says really nice environment, very rich, a lot of character. Yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Totoro. All right, now we are good.
Ooh.
All right, you can see shit going on in there. Let me go ahead and turn off this on. All right.
Oh.
So,
Wow, that looks amazing.
and here's the thing. I have to stand still in order for Eevee to actually just render the way I want it to render. When I'm moving around, the lighting kind of changes. Notice how the
Yes.
it kind of turns black, but once I stop
Mm-hmm.
moving,
And then
it'll
it
come back. Yeah.
got
So
it.
it's a little bit weird. So I'm gonna play it
Okay.
once again with the lights. Um
Is
but
it going to
just
be re-rendering as we're moving, or
C-
yeah, okay.
it's going to be rendering all. No, hold on. How am I supposed to say this? It's going to be when it's moving, when the camera's moving, Eevee is going to be continuously render um, one type of light, and that is the fuck, I forgot what's it called. It is shit. I forgot what's it called. Ah, fucking noob. It is called area light. For some odd reason, when you're
Mm,
moving, the area light is not active. Once you stop, then it'll start calculating the area light. But it the point lights are like the little spotlights that
yeah.
that's always on no matter what. It's beautiful. But in order to get the environment lit the way that I wanted to without killing myself is to have one gigantic area light to shoot upwards. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna play it when it's moving again. You're not gonna see the area light, but I will move around the scene so that you'll see how it kind of is kind of rendered in my mind.
Okay.
So
And
I'm
then like
playing it right.
when the animation pauses, then the aerial light will render, right? Okay, so we can
Exactly.
like fly through,
Exactly.
pause, see what it. Okay, cool.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa.
So let me pause.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
there's a lot of stuff going on in here. I don't know what I like. I don't know what well, I know that I like these kind of glowing thingies here, the
Hmm.
energy containers. Yeah, we'll just keep playing. Well, you'll
Okay.
see. Yeah. Um, and I know everything is kind of all one note. All the containers, these energy containers, the platforms and everything is just one color. So I'm very excited to actually texture everything because right now is just a wash of green, right? I'm
Hmm.
hoping that
Hmm.
once I start texturing this stuff, um, it'll pick up it'll have its own local color texture and its own local hue, if you will. And it's not just all green, but maybe it is. I don't know. That's what I keep talking about. I want to see this in Unity to see if it actually works or not. I'm gonna press play again. The ambient
Okay.
light is gonna go away again. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you see that the containers are kind of glowing. Um, there are some lights that's pointed upwards, and I do like that. I do like the light that's coming from below. In my
Hmm.
mind, like the the goop, the fuel at the bottom is actually like vibrating. It's glowing
Hmm.
energy, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And that in itself is the thing that's kind of lighting the environment. Um, I put a little detail right here. The left wing has a red light, and the right wing has a green light. It's just like our,
Cool.
aviation plane. We don't have to
Hmm.
keep that. I just wanted to have that there. And another thing that I've noticed that is, uh, I don't know how the other video games does it, but if I were to do this, hold on, sorry, the light in itself right there. If I turn this off, the our hero plane doesn't have its own light. I have to kind of like add its own light for it
Mm.
to be illuminated because the
Hmm.
currently in Blender, and this is a user error. It's just me not knowing shit, not knowing enough. Maybe in Unity it's a different, but right now currently the lights that I have set up in the environment is not strong enough to illuminate the plane. So artificially, I added a point light right on top of the plane so that you can actually see
Sure.
what the hell's going on.
Yep.
So for example,
Good call.
like right here, right? You
Yeah.
it's
Geez.
lost. You can't see him. So I was like, ah, fuck. Let's add a little light on right on top of him. It's definitely cheating because you're not, it's unless the exterior of the plane has like lights on it and then it can
Hmm.
illuminate itself.
Sure.
Maybe that's how we do it. But yeah, that's just one thing that I wanted to show you to talk about. Let me do this. There you go. And then we're flying
Whoa.
outside. We're flying out.
Cool.
And then there'll be asteroids and everything. And this version of the model doesn't have the asteroids. I wanted to keep it as clean as possible. Um, and then we're diving back in. Hello. Yeah. So and I'm gonna pause, and then you'll see it lit. Yeah. Unpause. Pause. What I like is the strong silhouette that I'm seeing like right here. The light against
Mm-hmm.
dark.
Hmm.
That has a stylized look that I appreciate. Um, yeah, like light against dark. Like right here, it's kind of getting a little bit of muddy. But again, we can play around with the lighting system. Yeah, I think whatever I do in Blender, it's just going to be a test. It's like a mood, like, ooh, this looks kind of cool, you know. But
Sure.
in the end, we're gonna have to do this all of this in Unity. I don't want to spend too much time lighting this in Blender. I mean, we could get a feel. Like I could say, Michael, do
Hmm.
you like the mood of this area? And then if you say yes, then we'll be like, okay, then let's try to replicate this in Unity. And in Unity is going to be a lot more accurate.
Sure.
Yeah. Cyborg said, this is looking amazing. Yeah, thank you, Cyborg. Thank you. Now this is the energy core cave I live in. Haha, nice. And Totoro says vibrant. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like it. Thank you so much for for liking it. It might not seem like it took a while, but oh my God, this thing took forever to
Oh, I
do.
bet.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why it's just it's just I'm a noob still. So if I was a professional, a Blender user, I would just like, oh, done, really, really
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, Michael, please give me your feedback, man.
Sure. Um, well, so first, with regard to like the different types of lights, I am not a lighting expert, but I believe that I read somewhere, and this seems to jibe with that, is that certain like different types of lights have different demands for system resources. So like point lights are actually pretty
Sure.
easy, and
Okay, good.
somewhere like either in a book that I read it or like a book about Unity or on like the Unity documentation, they list their different types of lights, and I'm pretty
Uh-huh.
sure area light, they were like this you can use this light, but it's going to ask a lot of the system, so try to use them sparingly because it's going to
Okay.
need a lot of processing power.
Right.
Um, I'll double check. I'll look into that to make sure that I'm not speaking out of turn there.
Sure, sure.
And granted, like you said, what we do in Blender can be for us to uh, prove out what we like and then try
Right.
to recreate that in Unity, and then maybe Unity's got its own special quirks that we're going to have to deal with. But so that might be something for us to be cognizant of. Is yeah, that might be one of the reasons why the area light thing is the way
Yeah.
it is in this, where you have to like
Yeah.
pause to let it catch up.
Right, right.
Um, so that could be a thing. Um, so there's that.
Hmm.
Overall, I think this is super cool. It's amazing how much the environment changes with
Right?
lighting. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
staggering. And the production quality is like so much higher. It feels like, wow, this just went from being like this video game we're making to like feeling like a real place. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. Um, so great job. I know you put a lot of work into getting us to this, and it shows. Like it's really cool. This is a really exciting and refreshing way to see Scene 5. Um, with that said, some of the things I think we can maybe explore
Mhm.
moving
Mhm.
forward would be um, two things come off the top of my head. One, like considering this space as like an actual work environment, I think we can lean into having a lot more like lights that human beings who work in this space would have installed to like light the pathways, to
Sure.
uplight the walls, to
Sure.
cast, spotlights onto parts of the different pillars. Um, so having a little bit more like human-friendly lighting in there, I think is something that we can look at doing.
Right.
Um, the second thing, which I guess is it can maybe be busted up into a couple of different little parts, but with regard to like what you said about everything kind of having a bit of a sort of monochromatic feel, like everything's kind of got this
Mhm.
cyan
Mhm.
green type feel to it. Um, and because we're talking about lighting and it's not like just a painting, we could change the lighting dynamically as you're going through the level. So like what if when you first come into the level, the like work lights are on, and so it looks like the highly illuminated cave. It's like, oh, this is where everybody, is doing their work. And then as you're blowing shit up in the room, lights are short circuiting, and then at some point like enough of the lights get shut off that it goes dark and then looks like this, where it's like,
Oh,
whoa, now you're in
cool.
this like glowing environment, like, oh, so then that's like the next phase of being in scene 5 is now you're flying around the dark cave and all the walls are illuminated by this glowing green energy, and
Yeah.
then proceed a little bit further, blow a bunch more shit up, get to like the final phase, and then like red alarm lights start coming on, and so
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
place is like pulsing with red,
Oh,
and there's
yeah.
fire and explosions, and so you can kind of transform the scene multiple times as we progress through the game, and like
Yeah, yeah.
use different lighting setups to convey both like the phase that you're in and also to like tell the story and create these
Right.
different moods and lighting conditions and color palettes
Right.
that you get to experience, because I really like what we've done here, but it does feel like too dark to be the whole scene 5, to like the
Sure,
entire
sure.
duration of scene 5, but I really would love for it to be at least a part of scene 5 where like, the turn out the lights moment I think would be really
Right.
cool.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, that's a great point. We're getting like three birds with one stone, basically. It's and your based off of your comment from last time, it's like you could first enter in this space, and then it'll be the work lights, and then you go out of this space through the corridors, and then you come back. It's this greenish lights, and then when
Oh
you exit
yeah,
again, and then when you come back, it's like red lights or some shit like that. I don't know. It's
totally. No,
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll, I again, I will leave it up to you as the game designer to decide how many times we should come back in or out of this space. But if and when you do, I will change the lights. Okay. Oh yeah, like right here, right? This little area, we can exit
Mm-hmm.
out of this area right here. And then when we come back, it'll be like a whole new different scene. Um, to play with. Oh,
Totally.
I know why I oh yes. Anything else, Michael? That's a great note. That's a great note. That's awesome.
Um, mm, no, I don't. Yeah, I mean, at a super high level, those are my general thoughts. Like, oh, I love the uplighting on the boss there. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Um,
And like you
so yeah.
said,
Oh, the
we
yeah. Go ahead.
oh sorry. I was gonna say we can like change the various
Yeah.
colors, make it blue, make it yellowish, make it
Sure. That's so
even
cool.
more green, make it pink, red, whatever color we want. Um,
Oh,
it's
that's
it's uh
awesome.
it's changeable. It's totally changeable, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just we just have to decide what we want. And let me just go back to what we had before. Um,
Yeah, that's so
uh,
cool.
oh shit, what was I supposed to say? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The reason why there's a hero, a spaceship just hanging out in our space is so that
Mm-hmm.
it's separate, so that I can actually bring you around the space. Oh, also what you said about having lights on the catwalk.
Hmm.
Uh,
Ooh,
uh,
yeah.
oh shit, shit. Oh god, this is gonna be hard working on the
No,
fly.
no.
Ah, come on, man. Hold on. Vertex? Face. Let's do face. Hey, where the hell did it go?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh god, I'm losing it. I lost it. I lost it. Shit. What the fuck?
Man, was it like, was it like this? Oh, there. Now it's back.
There it is.
Was it like this the whole
Oh,
time
there you
you
go.
were building this, where you're like trying to like manipulate things through all this other stuff that's in your face?
I turned stuff off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I know why. Ah, stupid. Well, this is not gonna. Well, hold on. Sorry. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me.
Sure.
I
Your
I
time.
want to share with Michael what I'm trying to do here. Oh shit! I lost the light. Ah, fuck. Ah! What the fuck did it go?
No problem. While you're doing that, in chat, Totoro says it is really amazing to see the progression from last month.
Yay!
And
Uh,
Cyborg says boxes and tarps too on the catwalk. That's a good idea.
yeah, yeah. All right.
Yeah, we
So
definitely want some like lived-in worker supplies and stuff. Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead, Chris.
yeah. So
There you go.
regarding like lights,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it's basically
Ooh,
like adding
nice.
little pedestrian lights so that
Yeah.
they can see where they're going, um, something like that. And we can also change those colors too, to
Man, I know
whatever
it's
colors we
like
want.
it's a rendering bug, but the like flickering light on the like columns and stuff is actually producing kind of a cool strobe effect. So I
Oh,
can imagine
cool.
like once we get further into the level and things are like have reached the catastrophic failure point, then there can be like pulsing, flashing lights and electricity
Yeah,
and stuff like that's gonna be cool.
yeah. Um, and just imagine if it was on this side too. I'm just
Sure, sure, sure.
I don't want to. Ah, God.
Yeah, no, 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 that's great.
Uh, but yeah. Yes. Pedestrian lights, absolutely. In areas where like people are working, lights on the walls. Yes, absolutely. I think that's a great. Ooh, this is kind of cool. It's just like floating in
Oh
space.
yeah. That is cool.
Yeah.
Love
Let
it,
me,
man.
there you go. Nice. Okay, cool. Now we're still, there you go. But yeah, this is just me being able to control, um, like just walk you around. And this guy right here is the one that's flying around. All
Oh,
right.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, this guy. Yeah, he's
Oh
just
wow.
flying around. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, and I can tell this ship doesn't have its own personal light, right? So it's just
right, right. Yep,
disappearing.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's going to
this.
potentially be a little bit tricky, but I think the solution you came up with is like if we can't do anything else, then let's just do that and we'll just cheat it.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
it could be nice though to find a way to have the best of both worlds, where when, excuse me, when the ship is in a situation like this where it's like too poorly lit and that it's hard for the player to even see, then we'll kind of cheat by lighting it up, but have that light be variable so that way when the ship flies through like I don't know a hallway with a bunch of shadows, we want it to like you know not be illuminated the whole time. We want it to actually
Right.
interact with those shadows. So
Right,
maybe
right,
we can
right.
find a way to like toggle that on and off or something.
Sure, sure. Yeah.
Because we definitely want to strike the balance between the ship the ship reacting to the lighting in the environment so it feels like it's really there, but
Right.
at the same time cheating it enough that it serves the function that the player needs, which is for it to be visible for them at all times because it's a part of the game. Like it,
Right.
that would be unless we're like really intentionally creating a situation where part of the test of the player's skill is to perform without being able to see the ship, then in that case, okay. But
Mm-hmm.
that has to be a really intentional choice. It can't be like, oh yeah, I guess it's hard for you to see the ship in this part.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It definitely has to be You said it perfectly. Uh, the what's it called? Design intent. It has
Yep.
to be purposeful and not just like,
Right.
well, shit. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd be equivalent of like sometimes your targeting reticle just disappears. I'm like,
Yeah,
"Whoa,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, exactly. So this is kind of a view where if you were a worker,
Yeah.
standing on the catwalk,
Well, that's cool.
you're just like walking, and all of a sudden this like ship comes through. What the hell?
Oh God.
What the fuck? Actually, if hold on. If I do this,
Meow.
you could see the. Whoa! Where is there a plane in here? Wow, the plane is actually moving really slow. Oh, look! It's chasing!
Oh, cool.
They're chasing! He's chasing it!
Yeah. Get that shit out of here.
Oh, this is my
We
first time actually
won.
seeing this. This is cool.
Yeah. I've got an idea, Chris. Let's remake the whole game from a on foot position.
Yeah, yeah,
You get to play the worker watching this all happen.
yeah. That's pretty funny. Um, that's cool. Well,
That'll be in the Kickstarter bonus level. You play the janitor.
yeah, I know. That's you got to clean up the like all the
The
spills and
mess.
debris and shit. It's like, oh god. Um, but yeah.
Have you like spend the entire level like cleaning up, and then right when you finish, that's when the drones arrive and just wreck everything. Like,
Yep.
I just cleaned up in here.
Yeah. Damn it.
Nah, this is super cool, dude. Good job.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. And I'm planning to add a little bit more detail, like even more like I don't know, like rebars and shit that will add,
Yeah,
more visual interest. Um,
sure.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah. You could also consider putting a couple of spots in the walls where it looks like they've started to do more excavating. Like maybe, there's part of the wall is like carved away, like where they've been
Mhm. Mhm.
jackhammering or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
adding shoring to kind of like start to brace it.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool. 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 Those are good notes, and I want to make sure I
we
get all of them.
we also might want to consider at this stage. So I'm gonna just ramble out loud here because I don't really know like what the best way to achieve the end goal for what I'm about to say is.
That
But
makes the two
I
of
have
us.
like some ideas, but
Uh-huh.
I have some ideas that would definitely get us there, but I don't know if
Nice.
it's the optimal way to do it. And that is when we're flying around in this environment, like scene 5, we definitely want it to incur some destruction from beginning to end. So, and it's going to be more than the kind of destruction that I think we could achieve with the decal thing, which I haven't. They still, sorry, it's on my to-do list. I am going to get
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but rather than just like have some, scoring marks on things, like to actually have a destroyed version of like a column or something.
Mhm. Mhm.
One way that I know for sure we could do it, it would look a little bit janky, but we could certainly get away with it, and I think it would be like forgivable because it's a video game, is you have the like non-destroyed version of
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
column,
Mhm.
and then when the player shoots it or it has incurred enough damage, you do like a big particle effect where you like have a bunch of sparks and fire and smoke, and
Yeah.
while the smoke is sort of obscuring the model, you swap it out for the destroyed one, and then as the
Sure.
smoke clears, you've got like this
Destroyed.
broken column now.
Right. Right.
So in that way we can kind of like achieve a destructible environment without actually like doing all this additional programming or
Mhm.
animation or any of that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So, and I'm not saying that this is necessarily anything for you to like take away as homework now,
Right.
um, but maybe once we start getting a little bit more finalized with like what actually happens from phase 1, 2, 3 in scene 5, then we can say like, oh, actually, yeah, we could use a fractured
Uh-huh.
fuel
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
canister here, or
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
the like the big glowing thing.
Yeah.
Um, so I I don't know,
So
random
so
thought.
he's yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's a good random thought. It's a good thought. It's essentially I need to prepare myself that there will be destroyed versions of the assets. I need to make a
Not
destroyed version.
everything.
Yeah,
Um,
but just a few things just to see like the
yeah,
transition. Yeah. No, that's totally I totally get it. Yep, totally. Yep.
yeah. And I think we could be pretty selective about it, or do it in a way that it's not going to be like a whole bunch of extra work. Like we could just say
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you've got the regular column, and then you've got like the destroyed column, and then
Right.
we'll just use that same one, and maybe we can like flip it upside down or rotate a
Mhm.
little bit,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
when you encounter it, like you can't really tell that it's the same model used over and over again.
Right.
Or like a big thing like the walkway platforms that you have in the middle, like maybe you've got a regular version of that, and
And
then
then
there's one where like
destroyed.
one of them has collapsed
Yeah.
or something off the
Yeah.
side, and we'll just like swap those two out in game from one frame
Right.
to the next.
Right.
But it won't be like, all right, there's 100 things you need to do. Like we need broken column A, B, C, a
Sure,
dozen
sure,
broken
sure, sure.
columns, and then
Mhm.
I don't think
Mhm.
we need to do anything like that.
Yeah.
And we may not need to do any of that at all. We'll see, but yeah, just
I
FYI, I guess.
yeah, I'm ready to I've already prepped myself to know that, there are going to be things that once we put this in Unity and once we start playing with it, we'll both goes like, "Oh, it'll be cool if dot dot dot." It's like, "Oh, we'll have this, and by that time we will know whether we need it or not, depending on how much time we have left. Because obviously it'd be cool to have it, but if we don't have time to do it, then we might not even do it. We'll just, use what we
Exactly.
have. But yeah, I think the most important thing is to just get all the assets created. Well, I mean, if I know now that there's going to be a destroyed version of something, I could just create it right now. We don't have to wait until be like, oh yeah, maybe you should. Yeah, I mean, if we know there's going to be a broken version of the container, like a fuel container, then I could, create it while I could create a destroyed version while I'm creating the normal version, just to, make sure that we have it. Yeah, so totally. I think that's a good idea. Yep.
Um, so one thing that I'm just now noticing in at this angle, and it's probably fine because I mean this looks really cool, and we could probably get away with it. But you have all the couplings attached to the columns, and then the tubes go up into the like ceiling or even up into like the opening. In order to sell the idea that you are overloading the central pillar, the
Uh-huh.
central area, it would make more sense for those tubes to feed into the center, yeah, column. Or yeah, I guess you got some of them down there doing that.
Yeah,
Where are the ones going up at the top?
the top
Or sorry,
is just going up. Cause
got
I
it.
thought that if all of them were going
Yeah,
to
it
the
would look real
bottom,
weird, huh?
it looks it's not that it looks weird, it's just everything is just going downwards and it's just
Hmm.
way too busy. So by doing it
Yeah,
up,
I agree.
you get some type of balance in the environment.
Sure.
And I totally agree with you. It's like, why the fuck is it going upwards? There's no thing is not up there.
Yeah.
For me it was just,
Hmm.
composition. And
I
yeah.
think it's the right choice for compositionally, and maybe we could just add some things up at the top. Maybe some like, and you could just use existing shapes or something, but kind of like where
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
have this ring apparatus up there. Maybe they're kind of feeding up into something where it's like part of the regular, like the
Yeah.
like using the pod racer reference again, the power couplings between the two engines, where you
Sure.
got the sort of like purple electricity or whatever. We could have, I don't know, maybe three pieces up there or something that have like some beams or something that are shooting down and coming to like the central core.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Or
Uh-huh.
I don't know. For now, though, let's just leave it as is because I think uh that's leaning more towards noodling and less towards like what we actually need to sell the scene, because what you have looks great. Like I think composition looks great, and because we already have the couplings on the top and the bottom, um, we're gonna be able to sell the idea of like what you're doing, uh, and I think that's more important than actually being able to make the connection between like, oh, I can see exactly where all of these are
Hmm.
going.
Hmm. Well,
So,
that's something good to know. I wasn't really thinking functionally. My head wasn't thinking about because I know that all these bottom ones are actually going into the center power core.
mhm.
But the top, yeah, it was just like I put it in the bottom. I'm like, it looks too. It doesn't look good. So that's why I went up. Maybe I could create, like you said, something of maybe this top is also part of the main reactor. It's all one system. It's just separated. I just got to figure out how to connect it all together.
Well, one thing we could do is assume that that the tubes that are coming from the top are actually flowing down, and they're flowing down into the the towers that they're connected to, and then like the energy or whatever is continuing down through the cables at the bottom that are then funneling into the central system. So like maybe the cables that are feeding in from the top are like bringing in coolant to
Oh,
kind of keep
sure.
the system regulated. So you're blowing those up, and then it's like,
Yeah,
okay, well
yeah,
now
yeah.
the cooling system is failing,
Mhm, mhm.
but the energy, the raw energy without the coolant, is now still pumping down
Right,
up into the central core.
right,
So
right.
yeah,
I
let's
mean,
just do that.
yeah, and I mean, to be perfectly honest, I mean, I could say, oh yeah, it's going up, but then what's really happening is just like, oh, it's
Oh
also
yeah,
going like
it's
this, and
up
it's
through the.
also
Yeah, yeah,
gonna
yeah.
this, and it's also just continuing, and then it's
Hmm.
just uh yeah, they're just more or less kind of like it's making a huge
There it is.
roundabout way
Yeah,
to
exactly.
to just connect to the main one, right?
Hmm. Yeah, just feed it through the walls. That way, it's out of the way. It's
Yeah,
like when you
yeah.
get your TV
The P
mounted on the wall and you feed
exactly.
the HDMI cable through the
Yeah.
wall.
Or like a computer system where you have to like strap all the cords together and make it nice and clean,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, but anyways,
Cable management.
cable management. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
The
Um,
engineer on this asteroid, the engineering team had a really good cable management team,
yep.
so
Yep. Exactly.
it's all hidden. You can't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. That's my excuse. But I mean, but realistically speaking, I can create something like this, uh, just to show that it all connects together as one system,
Hmm.
and it
Yeah.
does add a nice
Yeah.
detail, right?
I was just gonna say, like, we were joking about that, but
Yeah.
it kind of would be kind of cool to see some cabling running down the walls now that you
Right.
mention it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, bullshit turned to a solution.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Oh
that could be
God.
really neat, actually.
Yeah, I in fact will definitely get this updated to show that. Sorry.
Cool.
Yeah.
Would you look at
But
that,
yeah.
folks? The
Yeah.
creative process happening right
Yeah.
before your eyes.
Yeah. It's all bullshit until we realize like, oh wait, that actually makes some sense.
Yeah, like, oh, we meant to do that.
Yes, yes, yes. But yeah, I'll do it in a better looking fashion. I just built
Sure.
it up. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this is looking great, Chris.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you. I'm glad you like it.
chomping at the bit to fly a plane in there and shoot stuff
Yeah,
and hear the music. I'll go back
yeah,
and watch the VOD. That way I can hear
yeah,
the music.
yeah. Um, it's going to be so different in Unity. It's going to be better in
Mm.
Unity because you can actually fly through it and play it. Um, yeah.
Oh, and speaking of which, I'm getting pretty close to I think having figured out how to like share the Unity file
Oh,
between us.
GitHub. Yeah,
Yeah.
GitHub. Yeah.
Yep. So give me a little bit more time, but because I'm like trying to experiment with myself, like between
Mhm. Mhm.
computers, to make sure it works. But then once I've got that going, then it should be as easy as like I'll give you a little tutorial about how to do it.
Great.
But then you should be able to just anytime I upload a new version, you can download it
Great.
and you can play it, or
Great.
go
Perfect.
in and try lighting stuff or whatever.
Perfect. Perfect.
And I think so. We'll definitely be able to do that pretty soon. And then a little bit further down the road, we should be able to get to the point where if you were doing things in Unity and you like create a great lighting scheme, and you're like, oh, I figured out how to light the tunnels, Michael. Scene 4 tunnels are all lit and beautiful. You can
Right.
actually do what's called a is it a push? I well, it might be. But basically, you can push your changes to
Uh-huh.
our like shared repository on GitHub, and then
Nice.
it'll flag me and say like, hey, Chris wants to send these changes to the project, and then I can accept, and it'll update the project with your changes, kind of like combine them with what I've uploaded and make sure everything is um, synced up, and
Uh-huh.
then I can then download what you have,
Nice.
and yeah, so I think we should be able to work together on it soon. So stay tuned. I'm working on it.
Sweet. Okay, great. Great, 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 man. Yeah, cause I mean, don't rush, cause right now I'm still in Blender mode. Everything, all the
Sure.
assets still needs to be created first. But yeah, it'll be good to be able to share the files once, everything is done. Cause this, after
Totally.
all, is a Unity project in the end.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, killer, man. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Cool. I'm glad you like it, man. And thank you so much, chat, for your guys' comments. And I just realized, I apologize. It might be a little bit choppy for you guys.
Oh,
Uh, sorry. I mean, it's
so
playable, but it's choppy. Does it look choppy on your end a little bit?
not in Discord, it's smooth.
Oh, no, no, no.
But
On the stream.
like, yeah, my version of the stream, it's choppy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So apologize, guys. Sorry. My computer sucks and my internet sucks. Everything sucks. We just got to work with what we have. um, yeah. Let me just go down, and then I'll go ahead and close this file. Um, after I like this shot a lot. Oh, it's
Yeah.
very cool. Oh, Aburnt's here. Hey, gents, looking great. Have a great stream. Thank you so much, Aburnt.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, Totoro says it would be great if there was some kind of waterfall or steam effect,
Ooh,
cluttering the cave. Maybe a Easter egg cave monsters in one of the corners. Yeah,
nice.
nice,
Yeah. The Steam, I think we can do.
cool,
Water, is really hard to do in video games.
and
Um,
really intensive, right? Like hardware intensive, is what I think
yeah.
that's
I
what
mean,
they said.
depending on how realistic you want it to be. Like realistic water, yeah, very difficult to do, very graphic or like GPU intensive.
Sure,
But
sure.
I mean, there may be some ways to like use a low cost effect that looks pretty good.
Right.
Some theme park magic type stuff where you can get
Yeah.
like those like streamers with
Oh, right, right, right,
up
right,
in the
right.
metallic material, and you can kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
twirl them around. It's like, oh
yeah,
wow, it looks like water.
yeah. Those are cool.
Yeah, it looks like water if you're like in a vehicle moving fast enough that you don't
Pass
get
it.
to look at it, and we light it
Yep,
in a certain way. It's like, oh
yep.
yeah, we could fool you into thinking it's water, but
Yeah,
it's really just plastic streamers.
yeah.
So
No,
we
that's
might be able to do
cool.
something like that. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
think it's a cool idea. Like
yeah.
add some additional stuff to the walls to kind of give them a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more,
Life.
kind of like the cabling and the excavation holes and yeah, steam and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like vents and things like with steam coming out of there would be kind of cool.
yeah.
Yeah, love it, man.
Sweet. All right, cool. I will, I will not save this because I screwed around with a lot of the stuff. Actually, shoot. Next time I'm gonna create a copy of this because I always kind of forget if I, that made any changes to it or not.
Right, yeah.
So
I do the same thing.
I'm just gonna go ahead and save it. It's done. Man, I love how it looks right now
Yeah,
in the
it looks
environment.
awesome.
Yeah, very, very cool. Sweet. Chat, do you guys have any questions or anything? Okay. So, yeah. Thank you, Michael, for your feedback. I will continue to work on it. Actually, um, so for my homework, basically, um, continue on working on this, adding some more details, for Scene 5. July 17th. Okay, trying to calculate. Um,
We have one more week of this month, and
yeah,
then August we've got, I think, 5 weeks. One,
yeah,
two, three, four, 4.5 weeks.
you're right.
And then, well, obviously September we're gonna see
Yeah,
like where we're at there. But yeah, so basically one more week this month, and then one more month before
right.
we're in like
Yeah,
crunch mode, get the thing out the
yeah.
door time
So,
frame.
so what I'm thinking is, um, the most important asset is number one is our hero ship, because we will always be looking at its ass, following it. And the second most important thing is the enemies, because that's
Mm-hmm.
what we're shooting at and we'll be looking at most of the time. And then the
Mm-hmm.
third most important is anything else, really. It's just all the environment pieces and whatnot. So I was thinking for my homework, do any add the necessary assets that we talked about today. Um, and then I would like to start really cleaning up the hero ship and the bad guys. For example, making it model ready, model friendly. Because right now, remember when you wanted to make everything turn yellow when we hit it, how
Mm-hmm.
you had to like do each and every one component of the the bad guys. Well, what I have to do is I have to actually make that unit as one mesh. It's not different
Mm-hmm.
pieces. I have to make it as one mesh, and that's going to take a little bit of time, only because I suck at it. Because doing it as one piece is it's better for the video game, right? Instead of like a whole bunch of pieces flying around. So I want to do that, and I want to do the hero ship and the villains. I want to make the geometry, optimize the geometry, and I want to texture it. I think those two things is most important on my list right now at this moment, because that those are the hero assets that we will be concentrating on. If we took everything out in this game, I think as long as we have the hero assets and the bad guys, that is still a game. Everything else comes after is it can be, I mean, obviously we don't want it to look like shit, but if it did look like shit, but if it had the hero and the bad guys, at least they're flying, they look good. I think it'll be okay. But obviously we want the environment to look good as well. So if you agree, Michael, I would like to, for homework, tackle the hero ship, make that game ready, as well as the bad guys. Um, there's a few bad guys, but definitely the hero ship, and then work on the bad guys as well. Um, that is my goal for next week. Now I've kind of convinced myself that I want to make sure the hero and the bad guys are good to go, so that they are game ready. On the downside is it's kind of boring. There's nothing much to show. Now it's kind of like just the grunt work of cleaning the assets up, making it game ready, and yeah. What do you think, Michael? Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds great to me. Because yeah, I agree with everything you said in terms of like prioritizing the different assets. Um, so yeah, that sounds perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Good. 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 Sweet. Then that will be my homework. Gentleman Heavy says, a a thought that I'm not completely sure if it is been floated by y'all. Perhaps since the assets look so cool, have y'all considered taking screenshots or other kind of documentation and compiling them to at the end of the project release, the making of rail shooter concept art game. Oh wow, no, I didn't even think about that, dude. That's a great idea.
That's a really
Uh,
good idea.
yeah, that's awesome. I did not even think about it. My mind has just been on making the damn game. Just making it real, right? But I really like that thought. Um, although I will say all these recordings, these streams that we've been doing, that in itself is kind of like a real time version of how this game came to being. But what you're saying is actually take screenshots of it and documenting it and kind of making it into a little book, if you will, or a PDF, right? So that we can show people, oh, this is week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what Chris and Michael did throughout their journey. So yeah, that's a really good idea, Gentleman Heavy. Um, Thank you so much for that. I didn't even think about that because all the game studios do it, right? It's like the art of
Yeah.
Warcraft. So we got to do our own art of rail shooter. Hell, we didn't even
Hell
think
yeah.
about like the name of our game yet. It's like,
Yeah,
eh,
just
yeah,
Project Rail Shooter still. I've
Project Rail Shooter.
started to think about that.
Okay, nice, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna need to do another brainstorm session because we know how hard it was just to come up with the name Creative
Oh
Tavern.
God.
We're gonna do that all over again.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. I would love to work on a sort of like coffee table art of book or like
yeah,
art and making of book.
yeah,
That would be super cool. Because yeah, I had thought a little bit about like, oh man, it's so cool that we're live streaming all of these design sessions because then if we wanted to like either ourselves or to like hire somebody to go through all that footage and put together a cool little like 45-minute documentary about like the making of the rail shooter, like you could do that with all this video content.
yeah.
But it hadn't even crossed my mind that like that it would be cool to do an art and making of book. Like that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You put us up on a real high pedestal. As in, I thank you for respecting enough, to see us two doing this game. Like, it's comparing to what they do. It's like, oh, we get to have our own art of making a game booklet. So yeah, that's cool. That's very very cool. Hold on. Totoro says, great call. He says, I like the idea of a best of reel, both of your videos as well as some static stuff for the gram. Yeah. Or a gift book for the first XYZ number of downloads. Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Ooh,
That's a good idea.
our Kickstarter tier thing. Like if we get to this tier, like we're gonna do a making of video. If we get to this tier, we'll do a making of art of book.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Heavy also says it might be a neat thing to add as if you want to give extra support to the creators, DLC once the project hits the stores. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's cool.
good call.
Yeah, thank you, Totoro and Heavy. You're like
We should
thinking
make little
for us.
plushies of the T drone too. Like that would be. We could sell those on our store.
Yeah, merch, baby, merchandising, merchandising. Yeah. Or what I do, obviously I create pins, so we could create pin versions of the
Yeah,
bad guys.
little
Yeah,
T drone. Yeah, you get the little collection.
yeah. That
That's
that
yeah, that
that'd
would
be
be
kind
really
of
cool
fun.
actually.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
really fun.
I'd
Fun.
love to see like a cute versions of all of our characters, like a cute
Yeah,
ship, a cute
yeah,
T drone, a cute boss.
yeah. Usually, how you make things cute is you make the head slash body like really really big, and the
Mm-hmm.
arms like really really tiny. It's like, a little chibi version of it.
Big eyes.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am done with this thing. More or less just to wrap up really quick. So I will, for homework, definitely the hero ship, the bad guys, optimize those models. I'm going to clean up scene 5 as well, add the necessary details, and yeah. Go ahead.
Can you also send me what you have for scene 2 when you're done or when you reach
Yeah.
a point where you're comfortable with like sending me that so I can start um and no pressure, no rush or anything because I'm still tinkering with like adding the functionality for the game. But I feel like I'm getting close to having all the stuff in there that I
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
like feel that I need to like now I can start building levels and trying stuff. Um,
How would you like me to deliver it? Would you like to is this oh shit
Good
how
question.
how would you is it like this shit disregard the cables like this right there, is that one asset, is
you
uh
know,
is this one asset?
actually, the better way to do this, I think, well, actually, okay, so it's a combination of things.
Uh-huh.
So you don't have to spend too much time on this. Like if you wanted to just export like all of those things as just one thing that I can import just so I have like some reference for the different pieces. Yeah, you could just do like all of that. That way you
Uh-huh.
just have some reference for like, oh, here's the different pieces that we are going to have,
Uh-huh.
because then I can start playing with the idea of like, oh, cool, yeah, we could fly under these pipes, or this is what it will feel like to fly through the the
Uh-huh.
space
Uh-huh.
rings,
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
But what I'll do is I can just use like, cubes and spheres and,
Yeah,
primitive shapes to
sure.
create things, and then I can send that back to you, and you can
Yeah.
take that and be like, oh, okay, cool. With this, I'll make it look like a refinery or something.
Right.
So I don't need all those pieces necessarily, other than just to like kind of like get some ideas about what the sandbox of stuff is,
Right.
in case it gives me ideas. But yeah, you don't need to like go through and create like a library of like here's each individual piece. Um, I don't think I need that at this point.
So why don't I go ahead and give you this as like one asset, like this right
Sure.
here, and then as well as basically one, two, three, four, five, six asteroid cities, if you will, as well as this thing right here, as well as this thing right here, and this is the thing, this right
Yeah.
here. What else? I could give you this. Um, this thing right there, and and yeah, if there is anything else you need, just create the geometry of it, and then just use it as a placeholder, and then
Sure.
just let me know, and it'll be good. By the time you for example, like let's just say, okay, blah blah blah, there it is. Okay, good. This is how I want it, and then you export this back to me, and then from there I'll be able to be like, okay, now I know exactly how the positioning of everything is. I'll go ahead and create like the chords for these guys, put
Mm-hmm.
it together, and based off of your geometry that you created, it's like, oh, we want something that's there. So yeah, I'll
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
get that to you.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
cool. That'd be great, man.
Do you need this at all? You're good with that, right? Or
I The only thing about that I don't have are the components that are on top of it.
right.
But I mean, if you want to send that, you can. That's up to you. Because like, how sold are you on what you have on the surface?
Um, that's a great question. I like what it is on there, but at the same time, I want you to be able to let me know if you like it as well. Um, not just looking at it, but like playing it in Unity. Like, oh yeah,
Totally.
this let's add another tower here, or ah, God, I don't like that tower over there.
Yeah. In that
Let's
case,
take
yeah,
that away.
please, if you could,
Okay.
because I have the asteroid itself, but just without all the
Yeah,
prop.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I will go ahead and export this as one whole piece to you.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
fine.
cool. By the
Sweet.
way, question: when
Mhm.
you open up what the hell is it called? FBX, did you have to make the asteroid bigger or smaller, or are you keeping it as is?
Right now, I haven't changed the scale at all. I just left it
Oh,
alone. I
okay.
may make it a little bigger. I'm gonna experiment a little bit. Um,
Oh, you may make
because
it
now,
bigger. Oh, wow.
yeah, I
Oh,
know.
good.
Surprise. Oh, and you know
Yeah,
what's funny
yeah.
is I realized having spent all that time trying to figure out how to get the rail system to work now with the planet rotating underneath the player.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Um, that means that the player speed on the rail, they can basically be going as slow as we want them to go, and you can move the planet as fast as you want, which means even if the planet was the original size and we had to like really rotate it super fast,
Sure, sure.
wouldn't
That
affect the
still work.
lasers. Yeah,
Oh, interesting. Oh, wait.
but
It wouldn't affect the lasers, really?
it would not, because the lasers are affected by how fast the ship's moving. But if the ship is like cruising along on the rail nice and slow, then that's no problem. And the asteroid underneath it is spinning crazy fast.
Oh.
But because the ship isn't moving that fast,
Yeah,
it's an
yeah,
illusion.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it actually would have been fine.
Oh, so you made a solution that we don't need.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's
I mean,
okay.
yeah, but that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, it's good to know that had we gone with the big ass asteroid, you could have solved the issue. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a problem so prickly we solved it twice.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about creative solutions, man. Rah! Yeah, we
Two
don't
creative
just
solutions for every
yeah.
problem.
Yeah, we don't just want to have one, we want to have two. Okay, cool. I will definitely get these guys to you ASAP. Exporting them should not take too long. I
Okay.
will definitely get it to you. Yeah, very soon, very very soon. Hopefully by tomorrow morning you'll get it. Is
Okay.
that soon? Okay.
No rush.
Cool.
Take your time. I've got
Yeah.
plenty to work on in the
Yeah,
meantime.
no problem. Coley Bud, hey, sorry I'm late. No worries, no worries at all. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. We're actually
Welcome.
wrapping up with our design session, and actually you came at the best part of the show is to just chillax and hang out with you guys. And let's go ahead and close this right here. Don't save. Boom. Actually, since you're here, let me just show you what we did uh for
Yeah.
for our session. So,
Look at that.
yeah, look at that. This is our finale game right here. And let me just go ahead and fly through it really quickly. And yeah, this is what we've been working on. Um, and it's going along fairly well, fairly nicely. There are some things that we are going to update. But other than that, lighting is the key thing that we talked about today is we're gonna figure all that out in Unity. That was kind of funny. There's like a little light that was up there. It was the light. It was the point light that was lost when I was trying to put it on the catwalk. I was like, oh shit, it's
Flew
right
out
there.
into space.
Yeah. So
It's a
this is what.
firefly.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what it looks like right now. And for homework next week, I'm going to revisit our hero ship, the ship that we're following right now, the ship that we're looking at, as well as work on the the enemy robots, because we just established that the most important elements in the game are the hero and the bad guys, and if we take everything else out in the game, as long as we have those two elements, we will be good. But we want everything to be good. So, but we want to make sure we tackle the most important thing first, which is the heroes and the bad guys. And I'm just gonna skip to the end right there. And this is my favorite part. Flying, we're flying, and then the bad guy is like, "Oh man, they're gonna kill us. We better get out of here." Yeah, and we're leaving. Where the fuck you going, man? Where you going? Hey, hey, come back,
So long, suckers.
suckers! I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Yeah.
All right. So that is it for the design session, and we are going to go. Yeah, thank you, Michael. And then we're gonna go ahead and go to Q&A. And with that, Butt, I will give you your boba drink. Yeah, boba drink.
Nice.
Uh, let me do this. Hold on. There you go. That's your drink right there. Yay. Oh wait, Totoro, I forgot to give you your drink. Uh, your drink is there. You go. There's your drink. Wow, this is awesome. This is probably the most drinks we've given out for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Boba.
bar is
Oh,
getting full,
yeah,
loaded
I
with
know.
delicious looking beverages.
Yeah, yeah. I want all the I want all the the table to be filled up. One day it would be all full that it's like, "Oh, sorry guys, we have no more space to put your drinks." Oh no. That's the dream. That is the dream.
Yeah, maybe then we could like put them on a little conveyor belt and they'll just kind of like roll
Ooh,
along on
yeah.
the
That
bottom and then
that's
circle back around.
that's actually how would you do that? OBS has scrolling system, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah,
neat.
but it doesn't take individual assets and scrolls them. It only will take one image. Like if you have one image, it'll scroll the image.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll worry
Hmm.
about that a little bit later. Oh, shoot. One thing that we have to look at is
Hmm.
Collie if you have anything you want to show
Oh,
on the chat, feel free to post stuff in Discord right now. Take your time. We actually have two people that we will look at. Hold on. Sorry. I got to go back to this thing. And then I need to share my screen again with Michael. Boom. Okay. And what I'm going to do is share Discord art. And then monitor.
community of our creative people,
Yeah.
creative tavern brawlers.
And then gallery. So for
Ooh.
today, we shall show June's
Oh, that's cool.
amazing painting. So she did
Man,
this painting, and
love it.
funny thing that happened, or it's not really funny. It's just something that happened on her stream. She hit, I believe she hit, is this 400 people? She hit 400 people following her Twitch stream. So that is definitely a big milestone. And then so to celebrate, she uh did a raffle, or not a raffle. Yeah, it is a raffle. It's basically she
Like
input
a giveaway?
a giveaway, thank you. A giveaway of two pieces, and then she felt bad. She was like, I want to add two more pieces. So basically she gave out four pieces, two oil paintings and two sketch drawings, I believe.
Cool.
and uh and oh my god, like I was so excited, like just to see. She basically used this program, online program, where it's a wheel and everyone gets like a slot on the wheel, right? And then so there was like about 10 people, and I was one of them. And then I was so excited, it like kept spinning and spinning, and yeah, every time, I believe the first three spins, it always landed right next to me. So I was just like, oh god, oh god. I was like,
Like the little needles, like,
yep,
Ugh.
yep, yep, yep,
Nope.
exactly. So I was just like, oh, come on, man, damn it. And it was so much fun, and it gave me such a huge rush, cuz I'm being a child of Vegas. I love to gamble, so it was like playing a roulette. And it was like, come on, everything on white, and it was fun. So essentially, she was this was one of the pieces that she was raffling out on her stream, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Yeah.
I can see in my head that this is the like penultimate frame of this epic adventure where this crab had gone on to like get this fish, and now he's
Yeah.
like holding it up as
Yeah.
his like victory trophy.
Victory. It's super cute. Thank you so
Oh
much,
man,
June,
the crab.
for sharing this with us. Yeah, again, June is awesome. She's able to do one painting a day. Even I mean, just the
That's
fact
so
that she's
impressive.
able to do that is just like holy cow. It's really really amazing. So thank you so much, June, for sharing this. You are awesome, and she's totally inspired me to do my own thing. Because I've been painting a few paintings as well, and it's one of the reasons why I'm doing it is because of her. She's motivated me to do that. And the next thing we want to look at is some models that is designed
Ooh.
by Pirate Princess. She created this in Vroid Studio. Hold on, let me just want to double check. Vroid, yeah, Vroid. She created these in Vroid Studio, and
Adorable.
again, Michael, I apologize if it looks a little bit small
Okay.
on my screen, but if you look at the stream, it'll be actually a proper
Oh yeah,
image.
you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
And this Vroid is actually a 3D modeling program. You could take templates of 3D models that has been created, and you can like more or less doll them up to however you want it to look. And I'm just thinking, looking at this, I'm just like, God, I really want to do VTubing. It's just I want to be able to stream without wearing a shirt. It's just I just want to be in my underwear streaming, and just use a character. So yeah, that is very very cool. Thank you so much. And if you're watching, please keep doing these characters and share it with us. It's very
Yeah,
very
keep it
cool.
up. They're great.
Yeah. Kalipa says, haven't finished much lately, been working on a commission. Got it. No worries, no worries. Yeah, if you do any artwork, I would love to, we would love to see it in the chat on the Discord so we could, celebrate. Wah! Um, Kalipa says, Chris, you gotta be about it. I've heard you say you want to be a VTuber. Yeah, no, I really do. I think when after we're done with this video game, I definitely will take some time to learn this whole VRoid Studio software and to not just use it, but to actually program it and design my own character because I think to me that's the most important thing. I want to create a little version of me with a bandana and a little mic on, and then so I could do my own thing. It's just except I'm in my underwear, drawing. Uh, I think it'll be cool, and I will be able to be a lot more animated because obviously if I'm like yelling and screaming and shit, it looks a little bit weird in person, but if you're looking at an anime figure, it would look a little bit more acceptable. The keyword is little more acceptable. And yeah, so it's definitely on my mind, Cody, but it's definitely on my mind. Totoro says, when will the tavern start serving sushi on a conveyor belt? Uh, yeah, that would be nice. That would be really, really nice. Actually, conveyor belt sushi, I could actually do that. And like I said, as long as it's one long PNG image, I could
Hmm.
make that scroll. But because the drinks are individual PNGs, I don't know how to
Mm.
make all the different PNG scroll. So that's a little bit weird. I gotta figure it out. But for now, I think we're good with the static ones. Any other drawings? Any other drawings? Oh, sweet. Oh, thank you so much. Ah, this is cute.
Oh,
Ah, is this your
so
doggy?
adorable.
No. Michael, what kind of dog is this? Is it a boxer? Is that a
Yeah, that
boxer?
looks. Yeah, it looks like a boxer. Maybe it might be a mix. Maybe a boxer pit bull mix.
Okay. Actually, Coley, but you can educate us since this is your painting. What kind of dog is this? Is this your dog?
Sure is
I re
adorable. I love those
Yeah,
eyes, like especially the
yeah,
eyebrows.
yeah. It's
So
really, really
much
cute.
so expressive.
Jason's
It
pup.
is a
He's
pit.
a pit. Ah, it is a pit. Nice, nice,
All right.
nice.
Always got
Yeah,
half right.
it's super cute. It's a little pup too. Oh, very, very cute. I remember watching you stream and your dog was like right behind you. Her dog was like sitting on the bed just staring at her, and then she basically looked back behind her and it was just like, "Oh my God, my dog is just like looking at me." Like, "Oh my goodness." Yeah, I remember that. Oh, Coley, but I want to apologize. I was actually in her stream last night, and I was like so excited to share some free brushes with her. An artist that I know that I bought his brushes from his website, and Twitch is very Twitch and also bots are very very protective of like how many times or how quickly you enter like a chat. You press enter, type, enter, type, enter. I don't think much about that, so I'm just like, oh, this is make sure you download these and then type make sure blah 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 and then type and then I entered a link which is a no because the way she set it up, it's not her fault. It's just the way the Nightbot sometimes is like they don't allow links to the thing, and then I accidentally locked myself out of her chat. I was like, oh
Oh
shit,
no.
and then she had to like unlock me, go into the stream elements to like help me get me back to chat. So I totally apologize for messing up the stream, uh, for not adhering to the rules of the chat. So I am sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, they look. I'm so sorry about the Nightbot. I should have fixed it before. No, no, no. It wasn't your fault. It was me. I wasn't. I just got too excited and I just kept like, oh, this is the artist. Oh, here's the link. I was like, oh shit, I fucked up. Oops. Sorry. But now I know. Now I know. So sorry. This is a super super cute sketch rendering, and I think you did it in Procreate. I'm gonna say you did in Procreate because everything that you're doing right now is all in Procreate. But yeah, this is really cute. Very very
Yeah,
very
awesome.
adorable. I agree with Michael. The eyebrows is what makes it super adorable. It's really cute. Yeah. And please, if you have any other more things you're working on, again, feel free to go ahead and post it. We will always look at it every Wednesday and Sunday. And thank you
Yeah,
guys
love
so
it.
much for posting and sharing your art, because your art, your creation is an extension of who you are. And I, as an artist myself, and Michael, I consider Michael as an artist as well. Everything that we put out there into the world, it's a little bit of us. We put our soul into our creation. So, by you exposing yourselves into the world and on the Discord, you are putting a piece of yourself into the ether, and we appreciate that for that. So, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so with that said, we have about 5 minutes left in our stream, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and we shall answer. And I'm gonna grab a drink because I don't know how you do it, man. Like, whenever you're doing your stream, it's for example Wednesday, you talk, and I don't see you drinking water. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm like so thirsty right now.
Yeah, well, I usually do have water, but I try to be really strategic about when I take a sip.
Ah, yeah.
I'll usually do it like after I say a bunch of stuff, and I'll be like, "Hey, Chris, what do you think?" And then I think you're probably
Hmm.
distracted and talking about something, and then I'm like
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sneaking them in there.
That's actually a really good I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that from now on. Yeah. Nice. Chloe Butt says I'll
Some
have something
secret.
for Wednesday. Sweet. And
Ooh,
she says, always procreate. Got it. Nice. Yeah, cool. No pressure. If you have something, awesome. If you don't, there's always Sunday. I mean, not always Sunday. There's always the next session that you can put your stuff into the Discord. So yeah. Um, Thank you, Michael, for giving me all the awesome, amazing feedback, and thank you, chat, for being here to check out the progress of the game. Oh man,
thank you for doing all the work, because
yeah, no
I
problem,
just get
man.
to
It
sit here and
was,
watch the show. You did a good
yeah,
job.
thank you. It was a lot of fun. It was also, I mean, I will say, uh, Michael can agree with me. There are times when I feel like I'm just going around in a circle, and I'm just like not getting any work done, and hours are passing by. I'm just like, this is a fucking waste of time. And I felt so frustrated. But the truth is, you just gotta keep on doing it. Walk away, play a little bit of Overwatch, and then, you know, uh, then come back to it with fresh eyes. I find that's the case for a lot of things, especially with art and writing as well, as well as music. Every little thing, anything that's creative, you kind of need a fresh eyes. And also, Michael, I realized that I haven't been giving myself, I've been giving myself like uh uh breaks, like maybe 5-minute breaks to just reset my mind, but I haven't been taking any like day breaks, like a day just not doing any art, any design at all, just vegging out watching Netflix. I haven't been doing that. I think I need that. I think I should do that because I realized that there was one day I took half a day, kind of just not sit at the computer at all, and just walking on the treadmill, or watching TV, just doing non-computer related stuff. And I think that was actually more. I was actually more productive. Actually, that's when my stuff started getting better. Is when I didn't sit on my ass in front of the computer, and it's weird, and it's really weird because it's like counterintuitive. I just feel like I gotta keep working, I gotta keep working, and I realized this week that my best stuff came right after, when I stopped working, trying to work and trying to dig something out of my brain that is just so hard to dig. It's like I just need a little bit of time to just not do anything. Is that kind of weird?
Well, I mean, i- well, completely spot on. You should do
Yeah.
that. You definitely need it. Everything that you said completely aligns with my own experience, but it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's backwards. It seems like the more time that you would spend working, the more work you would get done. But really, and I'll give you a recent case in point. Do you remember not last week, but the week before when I was like, "Hey guys, I did a bunch of stuff and went for like
Mhm. Mhm.
almost 3 hours."
Mhm. Mhm.
That week, so the previous design session was Wednesday for me. That Thursday, I said, "Hey, I'm just going to take a day off.
Mhm.
I don't
Mhm.
do weekends." And
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
I'm basically like what you said. I'm just going to do a whole day where I'm not working on a thing. I did end up doing some other stuff, but not like related to the rail shooter project. I just said, "Hey, I'm just going to take a full day off. I'm going to catch up on some movies, maybe play a bunch of Overwatch, whatever." Um, and what do you know? It ended up being one of the most productive weeks
Yeah.
on, on this project for me. So it's very useful, very productive. Your brain and nervous system need it, but it is
Right.
so hard to do because it feels like I feel
Yeah.
guilty about it. I feel like
Yeah.
gotta hustle, man, gotta get in there.
Yeah.
Like if I don't have my ass in the chair at the keyboard cranking away, I'm pissing away potential productivity gains. But that's just not true. Like I mean, there's certainly like there's a thing is too much recreation, too much leisure,
Mhm.
too much time away not working, but there's also this, by the same token, there's too much work where you actually end up burning yourself out and not getting
Mhm.
enough done.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, I think in addition to little breaks throughout a work day where you're like, okay, I worked really hard for the past like 25, 45 minutes, whatever it is. I'm gonna stop and play Overwatch for a half hour or go take a lunch break or go walk around outside or whatever. Well, maybe not right now because
Yeah.
you'll
Freaking
melt to
hot.
death if you do that.
Yeah. God.
Um, but yeah, in addition to that, yeah, do a full, at least if possible, a full day once a week at the very least, where you could just like, okay,
Mm.
I'm gonna let my brain relax and I'm not gonna do this thing. But it's hard. It's really
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah.
uh, for me at
Uh,
least.
yeah.
I gotta get in there.
It's kind of weird. Like I mean, growing up as a Christian, obviously, like the Lord said, oh, you must rest on a Sunday, or some say it's Saturday, some say it's Sunday. Apparently there's something to that. It's like the body and mind needs to rest, and it's never, working. There's like a whole uh Bible story in Exodus, I mean, in the Old Testament, something about like the nation that God commanded, like that nation uh, the Lord told them to for every seventh year the land needs to rest or something like that. And the people didn't let it rest, and then so God got really mad, and then so the land never broke. It stopped bearing fruit, right? Is because they didn't allow the land to rest, right? So it's really interesting. Now I'm just like thinking like, oh, maybe there is something to the whole take one day to rest kind of deal, because our bodies and minds shouldn't be working heavily day to day to day to day. So yeah, I think I might adopt that, because with me, I have a keep working until you die.
Yep.
Keep working because you're wasting time. Don't fucking waste time, and if you're wasting time, you're not being productive. You're a loser, and you gotta make money. Yeah, that's I gotta stop thinking that, because art center fracked me up, man. That's how I had to deal with, uh, as a student at art center. You just have to continuously work, work, and work. So, blah. Totoro says yes, a day off, which is really hard to commit to. Actually, I led to some to wake up to time-saving realizations. Super hard to commit to that whole day. Totally hear you, Chris and Michael. Oh damn, but I'm working out. I blew it.
Yeah, it's really tricky, and like to go to the metaphor that you used a second ago, Chris. Like, yeah, there's some like actual like real world agricultural truth in that, because there's certain plants that suck the nitrogen out of the soil that need
Mm.
nitrogen enriched soil in order to
Yeah.
grow.
Yeah.
And then there are and then once that happens, you can't plant in that soil anymore unless you plant a different crop there that
Oh.
re-nitrates the soil, or reinfuses the nitrogen. And so you kind of
Yeah.
have to like
Yeah.
do the cycle, let the soil rest with the plant that is going to like revitalize it, and then you can swap it out and do the next
Yeah.
one. The same thing with like sleeping. We
Yeah. Right.
for like so long, for a lot of my lifetime, sleep was, even now it's not very well understood, but it for a long time it was this thing that was um not really marketed, but like perceived as like as a big waste of time. The less sleep that you can do, the more productive and the better you're going to be. Like if you really want to be hustling, you need to sleep as little as possible. But that's just not, human beings aren't built that way. Like the way the brain has evolved and the nervous system has evolved is it needs that time to sleep isn't this like time of like inactivity where you're just like, oh, it's just a big waste of time. There's a lot going on when you're sleeping, because
Mm-hmm.
it's roughly the equivalent of like, you can imagine hosting a party. You can't clean your house at the same time. You can either
Sure.
clean the house or host the party and have like
Right.
cool people over. And so when you're awake and you're doing stuff, that's party time. But you
Mm.
can't host the party if your house is totally trashed. You
Yeah.
need to like say, okay, everybody, party's over. I need some
Yeah.
time to clean up and then get everything ready again to host you guys again.
Right.
Um, so it's the same sort of thing, I think, with on a kind of more macro scale with us doing work.
Yeah.
Uh, you push yourself too hard, though that the the nitrogen of your creativity will deplete, and you need
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
re-enrich it by
Yeah.
stopping and doing something else.
Right.
But it's tough because I have that same problem of like, uh, I stress out if I'm not being productive.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you guys watching, take it from me and Michael. Yeah, I mean not that we mastered it or anything, but we do realize the fact that yeah, we need to rest, just take a day, just not do anything. No sketching, but just relaxing.
And
Um,
don't feel guilty about it.
yeah, that's the hard part because freaking A, man, I definitely do feel guilty. If my ass is not, drawing, then I definitely feel guilty. Um, but yes, 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 yes. Cool, guys. This has been an awesome stream. You guys make it awesome. Thank you so much, chat. Coley, but thank you so much. You probably got off of work and you're here, you joined us, so I really appreciate that. Totoro, same with you, good sir. And one day we want you, on the stream with us, chatting and giving your input as well. Who else? Gentleman Heavy, thank you so much for your awesome DLC, the all the good advice, or not advice, the good ideas, the great ideas of creating all the art of book, if you will, to show our whole progress of the everything. Abert, thank you so much for stopping by. Cyborg, thank you so much for being here. Who else? Who else? Who else? Horizon, thank you so much for showing up, saying hi. Really appreciate you, man. Hope you guys are all doing well. Totoro says, thanks for saying all that, guys. Totoro said, yes, no problem whatsoever, man. And so, thank you for being here. And Michael and I are very, very happy. And until next Wednesday, or this upcoming Wednesday, it'll be Michael's turn to show his awesome stuff. But until then, we're gonna say good night and have a happy rest of the night. And wherever you are, please stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool because it's freaking like hot out there. But yeah, until then, we will see you soon. Don't go anywhere though. We're gonna go ahead and stream a raid. We're gonna raid. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. You guys take care. Bye. See ya. All right, we're gonna raid. Raid.